We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. I am your host, Brian Barnaby. And let's just say the boys are back in town.
She got away, know what I say? She can't control, she don't know what to do.
She's gotta go. Bye. I know that you love this flow. We just chillin', we just villains. We just chillin', we some villains.
I love it up, get the ammo and I stick it up. I grab shots on the top of shots, I bust the clip and I let it dip. I make it poop, make it explode. Touch your toes, hit your nose. Can you touch your toes?
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. I am your host, Brian Barnaby. We got Grasso next to me. What's going on, Grasso?
Not much, Barnes. How you doing?
Pretty good. Another nice night for me. And it was a nice night for Tony, who is on the other side of the glass to mix things up today.
Whoa, dude.
Oh,
Hello.
that's not Mike.
And
we have Gino on phone, but he's going to be leaving us. It seems.
It does seem like that. So we're gonna have to, just make do, with what we have, and of course, we're gonna start in the National Basketball Association. So that being said, I mean, we did have last night one game, and unfortunately for all of the basketball purists out there, it wasn't a close one. Suns 123, Nuggets 98, and the Suns take a commanding 2-0 lead. Chris Paul, another strong game. How many assists did he have at halftime? Like 13 or something? I know he had a lot early, right? It might even be the first quarter, I thought.
I think he had like 6 in one of the first 2 quarters.
Yeah.
15 assists and 0 turnovers. I think there's some basketball purists out there who would say it was a great game just because of Chris Paul's performance.
Yeah.
It's hard to see like an old school vintage point guard like that kind of just run the game whenever the Suns kind of got derailed a little bit, which didn't happen often. Chris Paul was normally on the bench, and he would come right back in, get him right back on track. And, I mean, the Suns probably had the best guard play left in the playoffs besides the Nets.
Yeah. No,
It's
I mean,
tough.
you definitely could say that. And it's just, there was the Nuggets, I mean, were just so anemic offensively. I mean, Jokic had 24, but Porter with 11, and then the rest of the starters combined for only 15 points.
Yeah, they looked completely depleted, and they looked like they didn't even want to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, Jokic was okay, but he's got to dominate that matchup with Ayton a little more, but he had no help. I mean, Porter Jr., I think he missed his first 7 shots.
Yeah.
It looks like he was dealing with a back injury.
Now, I mean, just a theory here. Any chance that maybe they were celebrating Jokic's MVP out late the night before, get hammered? I mean, it's possible, right?
I mean, you never know.
Alcohol inflamed, so that's why Porter Jr., who's had the back injuries before. I mean, I think it makes some decent sense.
They had a heating pad on his back during warm-up, so maybe bringing it down.
Yeah, I mean, no, but honestly, those back injuries are tough, and it's a shame. He's so young, and it's just, you feel like we might never see what he actually could have been because he was the number 1 guy in high school.
Yeah, he was legit like the next Kevin Durant, and now it's just back injuries. And I hadn't even heard anything about his back all year. So when I turned the game on last night and they were talking about his back and how he might be messed up, Reggie Miller was talking about it. I was like, I haven't heard anything about. I thought his back was good.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. I mean, it's still early. He's young, but I don't know. Just to me, it just seems like he's never gonna be, top 10, top even 20, possibly, maybe top 20.
You might see it for flashes, but it's like, can he stay healthy for an entire season?
Yeah,
I hate to bring up bad memories here, but it kind of reminds me of Anthony Davis in a way.
Yeah,
kind of averaging about 65 games a season or something. Can't really stay healthy. When he is healthy, one of the best players in the world. But
yeah,
you might see something similar with Porter Jr., but hopefully he can get healthy. Will Barton was back on the court.
Yeah,
for the
to our
surprise
surprise last night. Yeah.
Yes, it was very surprising. He played great.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he was on a minutes restriction.
I've always thought he's been underrated, honestly.
He's one of those guys, he does everything.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything great, but he does everything really well. He hustles. He plays good defense. He's going to be important for them. If he can actually get off this minute restriction and play big minutes, he'll guard Booker and Paul. he could do a lot for the Denver. I mean, that's why they're going to end up losing this series, because they don't have the guard play, in my opinion, to match up with Paul and Booker.
Yeah. And it's just funny. I mean, just in general with, we don't know exactly who's going to be in the finals, but I think they said something like out of all the teams, the most recent championship was like the 80s or something, right? I think because the Sixers haven't, the Suns.
The Sixers were probably in the 80s.
Yeah. That in the Bucks, it's been a long time. So
70s.
It's really going to be something different this year, almost like kind of like when the Raptors won the championship a couple years ago.
Yeah, and I love it because, I mean, especially in the West, we have 4 teams left, and it's like, toss-up. Any one of them could win it.
Yeah.
And in the East, Brooklyn looks amazing, but outside of Brooklyn, it's, anyone's shot.
And it's just so weird. I feel like they're the only team in the league. Like, it's like, they're in a big market, New York, Brooklyn specifically. But it's like there's no local buzz. They're a national team. I mean, all the radio shows say that. And I kind of get that sense. It's like they said New York as a whole was more excited about the Knicks winning one playoff game than the possibility of the Nets winning the championship.
Yeah, the Nets, they don't seem like a New York team.
No.
They're like the New York Islanders, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. No offense if you're an Islanders fan out there, but the Nets, they're kind of a New Jersey team, and
it's
they made the switch pretty recently.
But it's like I think we see this trend over and over again. You can't just pick up and go somewhere else and have the same. The Chargers are dealing with it in the NFL.
Rams too, right?
The Rams to an extent, but at least they were in LA before.
Yeah.
And then you feel like with the Raiders, I mean, it's definitely not going to be the same fan base, but being in a market like Las Vegas that hasn't had a team, there's just so much buzz. So I think they'll be able to have a good amount of fan base, and especially after not allowing fans at any games last year.
Yeah. And I think, when you look at like New York fans, I think Knicks fans are still bitter that Durant and Kyrie Irving decided to sign in Brooklyn instead of
it was like such like a supposed lock that they were going to be with the Knicks. And it's just crazy that, there might be in the NBA finals on the Nets.
Yeah. It'd be the Knicks dominating the playoffs right now instead. But
yeah.
Knicks fans might be a little bitter.
But I mean, and I guess I wonder if, if they win, maybe the local interests will grow. But it's like, you almost wonder if it's going to be like how the Islanders, they were playing in the same arena and now they're going back to Long Island because the fan base wasn't there. I almost wonder if that'll happen, but it's like, that facility is so nice. So I'm sure they don't want to move out of there, but it's like, you can't generate authentic fan interest, like no matter how hard you try.
Yeah, and I think they thought maybe they had, Jay-Z was backing the team. Maybe they thought his New York presence could bring in some fans, but no one cares. If you're not a player, no one cares. Like, Brooklyn or the basketball fans completely forgot Jay-Z's like involved in the Nets at this point.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
It's a shame, though, because I like the arena. I like their jerseys, too, since they moved. I thought the
cool
jerseys are good, but it just seems like it's going to be a very uphill battle. And who knows? Maybe one of these days, they'll go back to New Jersey, but you wouldn't think so just because of the market, obviously.
Yeah, and it's almost like they're a small market team playing in a big market city.
Yeah.
So it's weird, but
I
mean, they got Durant and Kyrie Irving in free agency, so
you never know.
And
hopefully they don't win a championship, but hey, well, we will see. So this series will resume Game 3 Friday in Denver, 10 o'clock ESPN. So just like we've had with these other series, like kind of like what we're going to get into now, it's where it's either you're right back in the series or the series is over. So a lot on the line on Friday.
Yeah.
So we will see. And then, on to tonight, we do have the first game on ESPN, 7:30, Nets at Bucks. And the Nets, of course, are up 2-0. Bucks need a win to stay in this series after losing by 39 in Game 2. They did win both meetings at home in the regular season, and Harden and Green remain out. So, and it was funny, I was looking on ESPN.com. They actually are favored, I think, just because Harden being out and that they won in the regular season. Kind of know what you're going to say here, but I'll ask you anyway. You give them any shot here in Game 3?
I don't think they're going to lose by 39. I'll tell you that much. They had to have made some adjustments, right? They had 2 days off. Like, you go back to Milwaukee, you kind of have to play with the rotation a little bit because PJ Tucker's getting absolutely destroyed by Kevin Durant. And if he can't guard Durant, then he's kind of hurting you to be just being on the floor.
But I think it's just ridiculous to expect him to. I know he's a good defender, but come on.
No one can guard him.
Yeah, like he's good at defending, average players, not guys that are in the top 5 in the league. You can't expect him to do that.
There's literally like prime Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen can't guard Kevin Durant.
Right.
So like,
right.
what do you expect from?
But
PJ
really,
Tucker?
nobody can guard Kevin Durant. That's
the thing. Yeah. The fact that you can be 7 feet tall, shoot, and dribble, like he's a 7 foot tall point guard, is just not fair.
Yeah.
But so does PJ Tucker get less minutes? Brooke Lopez was kind of getting attacked in the pick and roll. Maybe they go a little less of him, maybe more Bobby Portis.
Giannis straight up all game, no?
Yeah, I would do it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a defensive player of the year candidate.
Yeah, and then just have Drew on Kyrie and kind of just go from there. But
and I'm sure they'll try Drew on Durant a little bit.
Yeah, but he's just going to shoot over him.
Durant's got like 7 or 8 inches on him. It's just tough for Holiday.
And I know we talked about this once too. I just don't get why Durant's always lied about his height. Like he's definitely 7 feet. I think he listed 6'9".
He was listed as 6'9" for like the first 7 or 8 years of his career. I want to say.
Yeah,
and then he finally admitted that he wasn't 6'9". Now he says he's 6'11".
But I never seen that with anybody, like lying the other way. You know what I mean?
Normally people lie to be taller. They're like, oh yeah, I am 7 feet.
Yeah,
I think it's just like that perimeter mindset. Durant doesn't want to be looked at as a big man, but he's not a big man. No one's ever looked at him like a big man.
Well,
no
when
one
you
ever
shoot
will.
like that and you have the athletic ability that he's had, that's not going to happen. So, looking at this game, I'm just going to give it one more shot here. I'm 0 for 2 starting, but I am going to say the Bucks rebound here in a close one. And, Giannis is due to have a big game. He hasn't impressed these first 2 games. And I just think, there's a lot on the line for the Bucks here to get rid of that sentiment that they can't do anything in the playoffs. I mean, you got to win tonight. I mean, the whole season's on the line tonight.
Yeah, it's a given. Giannis has to have a big game, but I think Chris Middleton has to have a big game as well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's been with the Bucks through all this too. Like you put a lot of blame on Giannis for no playoff success, but Middleton's taken a lot of these big shots as well. So Middleton needs to step up. Giannis needs to have a big game, but I think experience wins out here. I think Durant's going to come out and have a big night and just put this series away. He knows if they win tonight, they win the series.
Right.
If they lose, then like you said, it's kind of up for grabs.
I mean, you could argue if they win tonight, they should just bench the whole starting 5 just to make sure everyone's rested.
Right.
I mean, there's no way. Like, I've obviously been on the Bucks all season, but down 3-0, I mean, come on. There's just, especially against the Nets, I mean, there's no chance.
Yeah, that was like the first round with the Bucks Heat. Once the Heat went down 3-0, I kind of lost the faith.
Pack the bags.
You just got to give in.
So, looking forward to watching that 7:30 ESPN. And then the second game of the doubleheader, Clippers at Jazz, and Jazz coming off that 3-point win in game 1. Gobert just named Defensive Player of the Year for the 3rd time. And I think, is that a record with a couple other people? Like, I don't think there's been 4, right?
Did Ben Wallace get 4?
I thought I saw it. I could be wrong with it. That's something we'll have to look up.
I think he got 3.
Okay.
I think a few guys have 3.
Yeah, I think he tied the record. So
that's pretty impressive.
Nice honor for him. And I think, when I look at this game, I mean, at home especially, I don't think it's really in the realm of possibility that the Jazz are going to lay a clunker. So I really think it comes down to how well the Clippers play, how well they respond. And I think what's been a question all season, who's going to be that third scoring source?
Yeah, and the Clippers, like you said, the Jazz, they're going to play well, I think.
Yeah. But
I look at this game and I see game 1 was a 3-point game, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell played out of his mind, and Kawhi played kind of okay, and Paul George didn't really play good until the 4th quarter. So, I mean, I think Kawhi and Paul George come out and have good games. I think the Clippers are going to edge out the Jazz. I think they're just a little bit better. But like you said, someone else on that team's got to do something.
Jackson's done it a few times, not consistently.
Yeah.
But other than that, what happened to Ibaka? Is he out, or he just?
I think he's still hurt.
Or okay, he's out. Yeah.
Maybe they didn't want to work him back into the rotation during the playoffs too.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Kennard step up last game. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, even if they're not good on defense, if you have someone like Kennard who can just get hot from 3, I mean, that can be the guy.
Yeah, and it's funny because Kennard, he had a lot of DNP coaches' decisions early on in the playoffs. He wasn't even in the rotation, and now he's coming in. Morris had a few pretty good games, but he's also had a few games where he scored 2 points.
Right. And I never understand that. I get it because, you don't want guys that are defensive liabilities. But come on. This is an offensive league. And if you have a guy who can be literally, just completely on fire, make 7 or 8 threes in a game, how do you take him out of the rotation?
Yeah, you can't. And you just stick them on whoever's in the corner. You put them on Joe Harris and just say, stay as close to him as possible and do your best. Like,
yeah.
It's defense in the NBA is all about help. It's all about switching nowadays too. So
and I just feel like over the past 10 years, so many guys that were like really like in the playoffs made a name for themselves just shooting. Like you think of Kyle Korver, even Deshaun Stevens and Jason Terry, like
JJ Redick,
JJ Barea,
Patty Mills.
Yeah, like
these guys were complete liabilities.
Danny Green wasn't a liability, but just wasn't a known commodity. And then against the Heat, I mean, he didn't miss a 3-pointer.
No.
So just kind of funny how those storylines, come out. So, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I think the Jazz, are just too good at home here. And I think it's going to be another 2-0 deficit for the Clippers, but that doesn't mean, that they can't win this, win 2 at home, even though they only went 1-3 last series at home, right?
Yeah, they just won that one game.
Yeah, game 7.
The only home game won in that series.
Yeah, so we will see. But 2 interesting games tonight, and you're hoping that these series get competitive, because the worst is when you have a second round and it's just all 5-game sets. Yeah,
we don't want to see that. I want to see some competitive basketball, like leading up to the Western Conference Finals, because like you said, 4 teams that probably no one really expected to be in the finals.
Yeah, maybe
the Clippers, but everyone was thinking Lakers, and now we got 4 new guys. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, so should be good, and we'll break it all down tomorrow, and we'll take a quick break and talk some baseball.
Is that what I said? Yeah. She got away. That's what I said. She can't choke. She don't know what to do.
She's gotta go. Bye. I know that you love this flow. We just chillin', we just chillin', we just villains. We just chillin', we just chillin', we some villains.
I love it up, get the ammo and I stick it up. I grab shots on the top of shots. I bust the clip and I let it dip. I make it poop, make it explode. Touch your toes, hit your nose. Can you touch your toes? Simon telling you what to do. Follow my commando, hit in the bando, trap in the bando, not like a Rambo. Rocky, Sylvester, so low. I'm telling you,
And welcome back. We get Tony into the mix here. What's going on, Tony?
Feeling good today, Barnes.
We finally did it.
Finally, bro. We did it.
Was it 2 weeks? Honestly, it felt like it.
Dude, maybe more. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know how that's possible with 2 teams that they wouldn't just win twice, maybe once a week.
We don't ask for much here.
I think it's all of those Met off days. That's the problem.
That is the problem.
But like we're talking about now, of course, we're going to start in the world of Major League Baseball.
Giving chase is Judge, and he dives into the stand.
Rock begins the season with an overpowering strikeout of Ronald Acuna.
The wall is gone! 3-run home run! What's going on here? I love it. He drives one to the moon. High, deep, and very gone.
So last night, like we were alluding to, good night for both New York teams, and the Yankees 9-6 victorious over the Twins, and I don't know what else to say other than I guess my prayers have been answered. Finally, 17 runs the last 2 games. I mean, I don't have it in front of me, but the last 7 games did they even score 17 runs? Probably not.
Barnes, I have a question for you though.
Yeah.
Every Yankee win there's been this season, I feel like you're always talking about it's not enough. There's always more to work on. I mean, are you satisfied?
So overall, yes, I was satisfied because, you have Stanton 3 for 5, 2 homers, Judge 2 for 4 with a homer, Andujar 2 for 4 with a homer, Gardy 3 for 4. It's like Higashioka had 2 hits. So as a team, 15 for 40, only 4 strikeouts, and I think a couple of those weren't until like the final inning, so they really were making good contact. But there still was 16 left on base, 1 for 8 runners in scoring position. But I think that was more of a product of you hit some home runs, the guys on first base, that doesn't count, but you're scoring runs. So sometimes that can be a little misleading. So overall, you got to be happy with it. But also, I mean, you kind of have to expect it because this Twins pitching staff is brutal.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
That's
it's
true.
just, you know, I look at it and it's like, I just want to see them get the sweep tonight, have another strong offensive game, and then this weekend against the Phillies, keep hitting. That's been the problem. We haven't seen them hit for even a week straight all season.
No, you're totally right. But I mean, so let's say they get to Philly, they're hitting well. You know, you're taking a deep breath, taking a nice sigh of relief, or are you still kind of like, we got to do something?
No, because also you know what it is. I believe in this group, and especially Andujar hitting really elevates things. And I just really think, honestly, like you could get by just making, you know, like I've been saying forever, bringing up Florial and making a smaller time move, like getting, Santana.
Right.
But, you know, Voit supposedly actually is going to be back at the end of the month. So that's soon. And then you look at the lineup, you figured all the guys are going to come around. The only guy that you really can't count on is Gardner. And yet, even though he went 3 for 4 last night and is batting 400 his last 7 games, you need him off the bench. And I think it's completely ridiculous that at this point, I mean, Clint Frazier's in the doghouse.
Which is
he came in as a defensive replacement last night. So that's the only thing I'd like to see. But it's just like, you know, we know Judge has been there all season. I know at the end of the year, as long as he's healthy, Stanton is going to put up the big numbers. And LeMahieu is going to get better. And like I said, even if it's not MVP level, as long as he can hit, 280, I'm fine with that.
Dude, 2 home runs last night, right? For Stanton?
For Stanton, yeah. Bombs, hammered
dude.
him.
We talked about it, how when he does hit him, they go so far.
Right.
But, dude, I think he's going to take a couple months off now. That's it.
No. That's a prediction. That's another Tony wrong prediction. Just like last night, you did say that Cole was going to struggle. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 9 Ks, 7-3 this season with a 2.31 ERA. And just to put the icing on the cake, he strikes out Josh Donaldson, Mr. Pine Tar himself.
Dude, did you
twice.
see Donaldson? I think in BP was wearing a flat jacket.
Dude.
Oh, my God. Hilarious.
It's just funny with Donaldson. It's like, yeah, dude, you were nasty. I think he might have won the MVP 1 year at Toronto, but it's like, your time's kind of
He's such a dick, too. Do you remember? I think it was maybe last year or 2 years ago when he was still in the Braves, I think. He charged them out against Musgrove over almost nothing, dude.
Right.
Like, he's such a douche. And then, post-game interviews, I didn't do anything wrong, I mean, what did I do? I don't know what was going on.
God. Yeah, no, he's crazy.
Dude.
He's crazy. I mean, so honestly, back to kind of what you were saying, too, just with the offense, I mean, I think – Odor, I think there's just no reason to have him around. But other than that, I'm just kind of more counting on the majority of the runs coming from guys, just producing more than they have.
Right.
So, I mean, honestly, do you agree with that? Or do you still think you really need to get like a Trevor Story or a bigger acquisition like that?
No, dude, I honestly think that this, they have a lot of great ball players. Like, it's just a matter of them executing. And then we saw it the past couple of games where they are executing now, So, I mean, I don't think there's really a need or for like a panic to pick out someone else up. I mean, you guys have a great group of guys like that. You really do. Right. But they just weren't executing. So if they keep executing like they were the past 2 games against the Twins, I don't see why you guys couldn't be coasting into the playoffs.
Right, exactly. So that's why I thought, all that stuff was over-exexaggerated. And like I said, those couple guys, they're like, we know they can't hit, but the other guys, like, come on, Gleyber Torres, maybe it's not going to be a 38 homer season, but it's going to be a 25, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So it was just a bad stretch, and I'm hoping that this is the end of it. They'll get out of it. And like I said, I want to see the sweep tonight. And just one other note on this game. It's funny, you look at the score. 9-6. Like, it was kind of close. They were up 9-2 entering the bottom of the 9th, and Brooks Kriske gave up
4 runs, dude.
Yeah.
Were you sweating?
I went to sleep. I mean, it was 9-2.
The old golden dude. All right, how tight would you have been if you woke up to find that they lost the game?
Dude, the worst. The
no!
Worst. Like, I've had a couple of those, like on the West Coast. Chapman will get the save or something.
Yeah, right.
Or the worst would be if Rivera blew it, because come on, out of
right. When does that ever
Rivera,
happen?
You're not expecting Rivera to blow it. So, was a little like confused when I saw that score, but at the end of the day, win's a win. That guy just fills innings, so you didn't waste anybody. So that's fine. That's fine. I'll take the victory. Want the sweep tonight. We got Michael King versus J.A. Happ, 8-10 start on Yes. And like I said, finish the deal. You have that rare Friday off day. And then, you go to Philadelphia and where you want to have success, and you're going to see Girardi, you're going to see Didi. I think Torreyes might even be on the team.
Jeez.
So some former Yankees there. But, like I said, it starts tonight in J.A. Happ. I mean, I've seen it firsthand. He's horrible. 5.61 ERA this season. And, of course, pitched for the Yankees 2018 to 2020. Now, while it looks decent, 21-10, 4.13 ERA. That was all 2018. He came over. I think his ERA was sub-2. 8 starts. Terrible since then.
Yeah.
Got bombed in the playoffs last year after they did that little thing with Devi Garcia going 1 inning. So I think he's trash. And I just think there's no excuse not to score 8 runs again.
No excuses, dude. When was the last time you said that?
I've said it every day.
Every day. Oh, dude. But yeah, I don't see why they can't just put on a little bit of clinic here for Happ. I want to see Stanton get another home run. But the question is, dude, Michael King, how confident are you here?
Against a Twins lineup that struggled, I am somewhat confident, but I could see it being something similar to the last time he pitched. Gives up that 3-run homer in the first, then settles down. It's hard to get 5 or 6 shutout innings from him, or even 1 run. I don't know. I kind of think he operates better out of the bullpen.
Right. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, honestly, giving up 3 runs and settling down maybe for another 5 shutout innings or something.
And with J.A. Happ pitching.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine even in that instance.
Yeah. So looking forward to it. And it just, I don't know. I know I've been on the Devi train, all season, but don't you think it's like they're really not giving him a chance?
No,
like,
not even a little bit,
say
dude.
That's a chance.
Yeah, no way. That's not even enough, dude.
Yeah. So,
but if they don't want it,
I guess maybe the thought is, though, that they really want him to be developed and ready to go next season because a Severino return, is around the corner.
Very true.
Kluber, sooner than later. So it's not like there's a pressing need to have him on the team this year. I still would have done it, but I think they'll be able to get by with the guys that they have.
Is Kluber throwing right now?
He is throwing.
He is throwing.
So I don't know. I mean, let's see. I mean, we're beginning of June here, or really we're a third of the way in. I would say by August 1st, he's back in the rotation. But hopefully, he'll be. It's such a wild card with him. After it's just crazy how quick that changed. Talking about. I mean. Whoa.
Yankee fans talking about next season already.
I'm talking about why Devi Garcia is in Optimum, what the mindset of the front office is, okay? So, Tulino 99, let's get this straight, okay? I'm focused on this season. I'm focused on a 27th championship banner opening day next season. So, let's get this straight, okay?
Whoa, dude. Dude, that was hardcore, man.
I mean, it's just the truth. Tony. I mean, come on. I don't give up on the Yankees until Chapman serves one up in the playoffs, honestly. Then it's different. But I don't know. I mean, it also, too, I mean, listen, there's all different theories out there, but it's just like maybe these struggles and having it be this bad, maybe that's what championship teams go through. You know what I mean? Maybe they need that to get to be where they need to be.
Could not have said it better myself, Barnes. Where's the Barnes rant chart? One day, I think we got to put it back to 0, dude.
Man.
We got to put it back to 0. That was a rant.
Yeah, because
absolutely a rant.
Mean, you had to admit, Tony. I mean, he's getting it twisted. I mean, it's like he's acting like I said I was getting up in the season, going on an unprecedented run. They'll be lucky to step a wild card.
Wow, dude.
Why don't you go back to your apartment in downtown Boston? Okay, because that's where it sounds like this is coming from.
He's not from Boston.
I'm just kidding, but come on. It's like we get it. They had a bad stretch, but I believe the Washington Nationals just 2 seasons ago were 19-32. And what happened at the end of the year? They had a parade in DC. So let's not get carried away here.
Nationals, though, pretty good team, dude.
I mean, there's no way that there's no way that they're eliminated from a title this year already. No. a Mets fan. Oh, it's our town. Please,
I was waiting for him to drop that.
I would welcome you guys in the World Series, but the question is, can you get there? Who's going to be, filling out this rotation? I feel confident with Stroman, but beyond that, you know what I mean? Is Syndergaard ever going to pitch for the Mets again? Is Carrasco ever going to make his Mets debut? Is David Peterson going to be in single A by the end of the season? A lot of questions to be answered.
Those are all fair questions, dude. But I think we have a good chance as the Yankees. Come on, at this point. Come on, dude.
I swear to God, I'm not even trying. I don't know if it's like what I see from the Mets on a year in, year out basis. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it can be different this year. I think it depends how these guys rebound from injuries. Conforto was a big loss. Hopefully he comes back healthy. McNeil.
Yeah, dude.
And obviously, like I said, Syndergaard. And one more note here. So I did mention, before we completely switch gears to the Mets, Voit is, like I said, expected back by the end of the month. So I think that'll be a big boost to the lineup. But we do have Britton rehabbing in Scranton. He is struggling, but he's had a couple of appearances, so I would imagine he's going to be in this roster within a week or two. So that's a welcomed addition to the bullpen, and it's just nice to have that flexibility. Let's say Chapman and Loaizaga have pitched a couple of days in a row. Okay, we'll bench him for that night, and then we got Green and Britton.
Exactly, dude.
So that's the flexibility that really lengthens the bullpen.
And it helps with the starting rotation too.
It helps out the rotation. Pressure. And hopefully that'll result in Wandy Peralta getting designated for assignment. Waste of a trade with Tauchman. I'm done with Peralta.
Wow,
honestly.
Real quick, dude.
There was a reason why he was traded. I remember the day that the trade came out. You looked up his numbers. Yeah, velocity, but didn't do much other than that.
No.
Yeah. So I'm done with Peralta. Don't want to see him in New York. So we will switch gears here. Mets 14, Orioles 1. Couple questions before I have your in-depth analysis here, Tony. Number one, are you buzzing? And number two, do you feel bad for Matt Harvey? 3 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, 2 Ks, ERA rises to 7.41. Do you feel bad for once the toast of New York?
All right, so first question, I am buzzing. How could you not be after a game like that? Now, let's get more into it, why. But in terms of Matt Harvey, of course I feel bad, dude. You saw, if you saw his post-game interview, there was a deflated man, He was just totally just nothing left, man. He was like, and it's a shame, too, because he was throwing like 96, not, pretty fast, dude. Not bad for him right now, but he just did not have location, and he was getting pounded, hammered, And like I said, obviously being a Mets fan, we know his history with the Mets. He was someone that, I literally was young watching, like he got brought up, or he comes up, DeGrom comes up, the 3 of them, he helps DeGrom get into like a good starting, pitching position and teaches him a lot. And then it's a shame to see him go downhill. And of course, you see him make a little bit of a comeback, gets back into the majors. But at this point, dude, it's over, bro. Like, I don't know what.
Like, you can't even see him carving out a relief role. It's just
no, dude.
It's going to be the same thing.
It's going to be the same thing. He's going to give up runs, dude. He couldn't last 3 innings.
I still, just to give it a shot, I would, if I were him, try to get to Tampa Bay. Because if they can't fix him, then it's over. But look what they've done with Rich Hill. He's pitching like an
Rich Hill. Oh, my God. He's pitching real nice.
It is crazy. And also just all this, prime Harvey, the All-Star game, 2013. That was 8 years ago. That feels like 28 years ago. The World Series, 2015. That was 6 years ago.
That
doesn't even feel
forever ago.
6 years ago.
They don't even remember that, dude.
So just crazy how much things change. But that being said, like you said, you're buzzing 14-1. What was your thoughts on the offense and some of the players, specifically?
Oh, dude. The offense was buzzing just like I am right now. Dude, Alonso 3 for 5 with a home run, right? We got McKinney, your guy, also 3 for 5, 2 home runs, dude. 2?
5 RBIs?
5 RBIs, bro.
Wait, and he's slugging 700 the last 15
Unbelievable,
games?
Bro. What a freaking pickup, huh?
What was Barnes right about McKinney?
Barnes was right from the start. You liked him the second you heard he was going to the Mets, dude. And dude, Kevin Pillar. I don't know if you saw any of his at-bats last night, but he is batting with the same bat he used when he got hit in the face.
Yeah.
And there's blood all over it still.
Way.
I shit you not, dude. Bloody bat.
But is this getting like the bloody sock? Like he's trying to market himself? Like
I don't think so, dude. I think that's his fucking blood on that bat, bro. Think about it, dude. But yeah, I mean, it's all out. Just a great effort by the Mets all around, dude. I mean, with a score like that, 14-1, how can you not be buzzing? We have our bats coming in. Hopefully, again, we keep that consistently. A great outing by Walker. 7 innings, dude. Yeah, that's what we should have been getting from freaking Peterson, dude.
Right. But see, this is what I'm talking about. 7 innings, 1 run, 1 walk, 9 Ks. That's not 5 innings, 3 runs. We've had this conversation.
Right.
That's the type of start. That's a good start. You know what I mean?
5 innings and 3 runs is still a good start, though. This is just even better.
But
dude.
You don't think accepting 5 innings and 3 runs, you're asking to win 80 games?
I think so.
Yeah. All right.
But think about it, dude. I mean, I don't know. What I wish I had that in front of me. What do you think the league average is for runs scored right now?
Probably around 4, right?
Yeah. Okay.
No, but I'm saying you're giving up 3, and you're making your bullpen pitch 4. I mean, that's not the best.
No, it's not the best. But if that happens, it's still a good outing. Okay, you give up 3, you win 4-3, and it's a win.
And it's funny. Maybe I'm just kind of over exaggerating this, but it seems like to me with the Mets, it's like there's no in between. It's either the guy goes 2 innings, gives up 7, or they pitch 6 innings. There's no 5 innings, 3 earned. There's not really many of those.
That's why I would love a 5 inning, 3 earned. Let's get it average. Keep it in the middle, dude. From Peterson specifically, yes, just Peterson.
Are you pretty impressed with Walker up to this point?
Oh yeah, man. Totally.
Coming back
dude.
from injuries,
Yeah, of course, dude. Especially coming back from injury, I was a little worried. But he came back pretty quickly, and his location is on the button, dude. He's thrown some nice off-speed pitches, and he has a good fastball. And I mean, dude, what more can you ask from the guy?
Yeah. So I think he's really stepped up, and right now, I mean, I guess you would say it's DeGrom and then Stroman 2, Walker 3, or you think they're interchangeable?
I would definitely lean towards Stroman a little more.
Stroman, yeah.
I mean, he's definitely more of an athlete,
Yeah.
Like he's good defensively, honestly.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, that's good to have. And then especially, if you could just you honestly, though, you think Carrasco and Syndergaard aren't coming?
Syndergaard, I don't think so. I haven't heard much of an update on Carrasco. I know he did pitch in AAA and still had some issues. So
right.
I don't know, dude, but
what's the latest on Syndergaard? What's the plan?
The plan is, I don't know, dude.
But right, it's kind of odd that they haven't really come out with anything.
I know, dude, but I don't know. I want to say it's because it's bad.
Yeah,
I think that's why.
You're thinking second surgery?
I think it's very possible.
Wow, that's.
I mean,
so tough.
He threw I think 3 or 4 innings, and he had bad pain in his elbow. He said.
So, I mean, that being said, is he a free agent after next season or this season?
This season.
So it might be the end of his Mets career.
It might be, dude. I don't know. It depends on what they want to do. I really think he would be a great addition to the bullpen. We talked about that.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, imagine having him in the 8th and Diaz in the 9th, or vice versa. I mean, it's just really. I always just think about stuff like that, but it could go both ways. Like Aroldis Chapman was a starter at one point, and he was all set to transition because he came up as a reliever, coming over from Cuba for the Reds,
right?
And then he had a great season in the bullpen. They're all set in spring training to make a start, and they're like, because you don't want to give up on if you're going to be a top 2 or 3 closer. You probably should just stay put. Be great at what you do,
dude. Of course, and he is, dude. Look at him now.
Exactly. So interesting to see, how that plays out. Any thoughts on Mason Williams? 2 for 4, hits his first homer as a Met last night. Are you coming around to him at all, or you think flash in the pan, he'll be off the team in a month or 2?
I don't think he'll be off the team in a month or 2. I don't know why I'm scratching my headset. My ear's itchy. But I don't know, dude. I think he has to. He's not very good in the outfield, dude.
Yeah,
he's had definitely a couple of botched defensive plays. And it's I don't know, his bat is good, obviously. Literally, I think his first at bat, he got a hit. His first pitch hit, first at bat, which is great. The guy seems confident behind the plate, but he has to develop a little more defensively for me to get really on the wagon.
And it's funny because coming up in the Yankees organization, he actually struggled with the bat and was good defensively, but I don't know, just as you age, he probably just doesn't have what he maybe used to, coming up.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'd probably think maybe he would focus more on his offense at that point.
Right.
So his defense kind of slipped a little bit, or if he's just a little sluggish, maybe he focused on, gaining some muscle, so he's not as quick in the outfield as he's used to, or something like that. So,
and I think probably as a Met fan, you guys have always had a lot of athletic outfielders, speedy, like Lagares, obviously Pilar. So I think that probably kind of plays into it too. Like you're expecting a lot out of your outfielders.
Very true. Yes, I would agree with that.
So yeah, it'd just be interesting to see how those guys fit together. What were your thoughts on Alonso's comments?
Oh, on his conspiracy theories,
Yeah.
dude. He was dropping bombs, honestly, in the post game, and it's actually an interesting take, which I've noticed a couple of baseball players take this side, whereas they don't mind pitchers using substances,
Yeah.
To help with their grip and control, because at this point, pitchers are throwing such crazy shit that they don't want to get hit in the face.
Which is probably a good point.
I mean, it's a fair point, but I mean, like, at that, I don't know, that's like a slippery slope you're going down, I feel, man.
Yeah, you know what it is, though, really? What makes sense is actually exactly what Alonso's saying, because you think history, the Negro brothers, there was always a substance on the ball, and the ball was never changed.
Yeah.
So you probably should just do that, because that's how it was always meant to be played. And I just think there's just been too many of these drastic changes in baseball that a lot of fans don't like, and not everybody's as flexible as you and me. Like, we don't like the 7-inning, double headers. We don't like to run around, but at the same time, it's not going to make us not watch the game. But for other fans, it really turns them off where they don't want to watch it.
That's crazy. I couldn't imagine that.
But they want to watch these exhibition
matches. Boxing matches, dude. Sick, bro. I thought it was interesting when he was saying, too, about how he was accusing the league of changing the balls based on, like, the free agency players or whoever's in arbitration, which, I mean, I don't know, man, about that one.
No, that's
insane. Crazy, bro.
That was insane to say.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking with that one, but and it's like people in arbitration every year. Like, and then like, what do you think they're going to change the ball because Javi Baez is freaking free agent this year? Like, come on, man, come on.
But the whole thing, I mean, the MLB has really messed up with the ball. I mean, it's a baseball. How do you change the baseball?
Like, honestly,
it's such a basic thing,
right?
And I wish, what I think we need to do. First game, we go to, we need to make it a point to catch a foul ball, because then we can really have the baseball in front of us and then get one at, Dick's or whatever and compare it, because there's something sketchy going on.
We'll go over to the DTV lab and run some tests.
Just a nice
rigorous
little
testing.
shop right down the middle. See what we're working with. But don't you think they're so evasive too? When you ask, the commissioner's office or the league in general, they don't give a straight answer.
Dude, there's one thing I hate. It's people who are being mysterious.
Right.
And all this cloak and dagger and all this bullshit, dude. Like, we know you're changing the ball. Like, just tell us how you're going to fix it at this point. Like, we know, like, you have to know and just admit, take some accountability, all right? You're not the Yankees, all right? You're the MLB. Take some accountability for yourself and figure out, like, how you're going to move forward. And it even goes over to the whole, illegal substances thing, too, because, they literally said, MLB literally said, like, they're just running tests this year. No one's getting in trouble. They're running tests on whatever balls to figure out who's using what, which I guess kind of makes sense. But how could you not enforce any type of rules here?
But Tesh, you're saying for substances on the ball?
Yeah, for substances.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not for the balls themselves.
Yeah, I was like, okay, they're only a couple of years late on that one.
No.
But yeah, no, it just they don't do a good job with this stuff, and it's just
so weird.
Just in general with getting back to classic baseball. I mean, honestly, there's no hope for that unless we get a new commissioner that really wants to shake up things?
I don't see there being much hope unless there's a new commissioner. Yeah.
Oh, man, it's just like it would just be so cool to see what this group of players would look like playing. Late 90s, early 2000s baseball.
Oh my God, it'd be so much fun. Everybody be watching baseball.
Runners in motion, and it's just like I don't. Is it just a problem? Like, even if a guy is fast, they don't want to send him to steal second because if he doesn't have a good percentage. Like, is that what the mindset is? Like a stolen base percentage, even if the guy's fast, but 30% of the time he gets thrown out. So we'd rather have the chance that we're going to hit a home run than him stealing second base successfully.
Yeah, that's bullshit, dude.
It just seems like it should just be so easy for the teams like the Oakland A's, like the Tampa Rays that don't have the type of payroll to do that stuff and have these contact guys. And it's like, I don't, is it like an unwritten rule that they can't do this? I just feel like every year I'm waiting for somebody to go against the grain. It just doesn't really happen.
I don't know if do you think at that point it's more of the owners?
Yeah, but it's like, come on, if me and you can see that there's a place for a team like that, how does someone who's succeeded so much that they have billions of dollars to own a sports franchise, and you're telling me they're not, smart enough to see this stuff?
Right. I mean, we were just talking about Manfred. Like, how is he not smart enough to see what he's doing, So I don't know.
I think it's just what it comes down to, like a lot of things in life, power, greed, money.
Yeah,
and
dude.
it's just they don't care. But it's like, I don't know.
It's just weird though, because I don't know, especially when you think about baseball, it's not like, I wouldn't say it's like a getting up there in popularity. I would think if anything, it's declining.
Right. And it's like, listen, football is always going to be number one, but you're telling me that if they had done things right, that there shouldn't be such a gap with the basketball.
Oh,
I mean, come on,
dude, we're losing the basketball
because right? Like, let's talk 30 years ago. I mean, baseball was more popular, right?
Absolutely. 30 years ago. Yeah, dude.
And it's just like, I don't know. I guess it's like, fire Manfred, have Joe Torre be the commissioner. I know he's getting up there. Seems like he's still in pretty good health.
Yeah,
have him
I'd
be
say
commissioner.
so.
I know he's worked in the front office, but
right.
You know what I mean? He's a good guy,
great guy,
baseball guy.
Yeah, he is. I heard Girardi might be having a new job next year, so who knows? Maybe he'll be a commissioner.
You think if they, I don't know, let's say they win 70 games, you think he's gone?
I don't think so, dude.
Yeah.
The
he really
Phillies,
has underperformed there, though.
He really has.
But I guess the players play.
Yeah, dude, come on.
But also, I think it comes down to Mr. 13-year contract if he likes him, which
true.
Way he gets on players and the way that Harper has underperformed, I guess you could say, since he's been in Philadelphia. Yeah. So there's no way that there's not a little animosity there.
No, yeah, I would say so. But I mean, come on, dude. I mean, I'm sure the players do enjoy Girardi, and I mean, they obviously wanted him there. I don't know. I would imagine they give him a couple more seasons.
Who do you think would be more in favor of a Yankee reunion, him or the Yankees? Probably him.
Probably him, yeah.
But I just wasn't sure if it's like he has resentment because, I had us on the doorstep of World Series. Where are you now 4 years later?
Right. I think he seems like a cool enough guy to be like, yeah, I'll come to a reunion.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it changes too when you played for the team and won a World Series as a player as well as a manager. I mean, there's a lot of history there, and I just think they need a real manager. I mean, how many times am I going to say it? And it just, I'm going to be so annoyed. Like if it's like, now obviously I'll be happy, of course, like for them to win a World Series, but then it's like, because Boone's contract's up at the end of the year. So, of course, they're going to extend him if they win the World Series.
So, would you rather have them not win and Boone leave? I mean,
winning trumps everything.
Winning trumps everything.
But I guess a good scenario would be, let's say they go a shorter end on the extension, win the World Series, and then go 5-20 in September. Or not September, but April. And then.
But what if, let's say they win World Series this year. Boone gets extended, big contract, and then for the next 10 years, they're shit.
Oh my god,
nothing.
I mean, but we know it's the Yankees. They don't have extended stretches like that.
No.
That they're gonna be bad. But I just, it's just a shame. I don't know. Who do you honestly just with this whole Cashman? I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it comes down to Hal. I mean, that's
at the end of the day, yes. I mean, we've talked about it countless times, but I mean, where's he going? I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon.
I just don't get, though, how you could be George Steinbrenner's son and not have the Yankees be your whole entire life and just be so obsessed with winning. How does he not? But he doesn't even have a sliver of that winning mindset.
How old is he?
I had to look it up, but if I had to guess, I'm going to say late 40s.
How confident are you in that guess?
Pretty confident. I would say the oldest he is would be 54.
He's 51.
So I mean,
you're there,
that's one of
dude.
those. You're right there.
You know, dude.
So
It's like a weasel.
that being said, it's just going to be interesting to see as we move in, to the middle of the month here in June. What storylines come out, and actually, right, the All-Star game is less than a month away, right?
That's right. It's going to be in Georgia, right? Colorado.
Wasn't sure if that was a joke or not. But that being said, I mean, I am interested to see Coors Field Home Run Derby now that it's 24 years later since the last one. How many more balls are going to be flying out of the ballpark versus then? Even though that was height of the steroid era,
right?
It just seems like more people are capable of hitting it out. But at the same time, it's been hard to get the big names in the Derby.
No, yeah, very true. Yeah, the past couple of years haven't been like bigger names in the Derby, but I mean, even so, I feel like, last season, what was it, like Peterson and Guerrero Jr. that just went like we're just going back and forth.
Oh yeah, 2019 because there wasn't one last year. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude,
that was it. See, that's the thing. You're young, you do it once,
right?
And that's usually it.
Yeah,
unless you're somebody who kind of was written off and you're older and used to be good, and then you have a huge year. Then they're like, I want to be back.
It in there.
But I mean, do you think it's just a one-night event? I don't know. Just growing up, I always really look forward to the Home Run Derby. I mean, do you think that there's anything you could do to fix it, or it's just like kind of like with the dunk contest in the NBA? It just, at this day and age, you're not going to be able to get guys to do stuff like this.
No, yeah, I think like you said, at this day and age, you're just not going to, dude. No one wants to risk whatever, and
right. But at least comparing it to the dunk contest, I do think at least guys now at least want one. Now dunk contest, they're not even doing it once. But we've seen Alonso, we've seen Judge, Guerrero Jr. So it's
Tatis Jr. maybe next. I don't know.
Yeah, he wasn't in it.
I don't think he was.
Oh, because 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
He wasn't even he was barely playing. So hey, that's baseball.
Yeah.
And hoping for a Yankee win tonight. What are you going to do with the Mets being off tonight? What are you watching?
Tonight I got practice tonight, but I guess I'll watch the Yankee game.
You got the 8:00 start, so by the time you're done with practice, it won't be too far into the game.
Yeah, no, exactly. It'll be fine. It'll be a good night. But all right. So I know you like Cole, obviously, last night. But have you read up anything on his rev rate yet?
Spin rate,
rather. Yeah.
Yes. And is
it lower?
Yes, but it was higher than the start with the Rays last night.
Okay.
And like I said to you yesterday, and I know you know this, and you love busting them.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, dude, he doesn't to be an all-star pitcher. He doesn't need a substance.
No, you're totally right.
So what? So you're gonna go from being number 2, number 3 in the league to number 7. I mean, I can live with that, and I don't even think it's going to be that much of a drop off, honestly. I don't know, because everybody's playing the same game here. Everybody's not going to be able to use the stuff. So,
and apparently, everyone is using the stuff from what we've been hearing here.
Yeah,
so
and it's like we said, they should just worry about something else. Worry about runners not being in motion and just better ratings.
Better ratings
with the overnights.
Dude.
I mean, come on.
Oh God.
I haven't got to catch a good episode of High Heat in a while.
Yeah, me neither. No, dude. I'm normally doing something here at 1 o'clock.
And I haven't heard some Mad Dog Unleashed either, but I got to make a call in. I definitely got to make a call in to him. It's been a long, long time, and like we said, eventually we'll get him in here.
We should try and do Sports Port during his show and call in on the Sports Port. He'd love that, dude.
It's so funny too, and we have to just get him going. Yeah. That's just the best thing to get. All right. Let's not get a little too crazy here. Come on. Man, oh man. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what the Yankees do. Obviously, we'll recap tomorrow and then get into the weekend series for both the Yankees and the Mets this weekend. So just switching gears here, before we wrap up, today is the start of the Palmetto Championship at Congaree. This is a one-time event because the RBC Canadian Open was canceled for the second straight year due to COVID concerns in Canada. But right now, just taking a look at the leaderboard, we got a few guys at 600 par: Doc Redmond, DJ, Chasen Hadley, Eric Van Ruin, Wes Roach, And, so they're all tied at 6 under, and then one shot back at 5 under. You got Vegas, Taylor, and English. So some guys in the mix, but obviously Dustin Johnson. I mean, he won the Masters last year. He's going to stand out, and he's a guy that, is looking to get back on track, after kind of having some struggles in the major championships since winning the Masters. And with Torrey Pines next week, I mean, this is a time you just want to, you don't need to win it, but you just want to contend here and then really, get into contention for a major championship. And I think golf needs some guys. We've seen it from time to time, they'll win a championship or two, a major, but then not win it for a couple of years. And I just think it'll never be Tiger. But it's just, if you can have a guy that over a 5-year period wins 6, it would just, I don't know. I think it just draws more eyeballs. And it's just,
of course,
you hear the same thing, just like you hear it with baseball, but even to a worse extent with people watching golf. And I'm sure you would say the same thing. It's so boring. Can you get into the Masters a little bit?
Yeah, dude. I don't see why not. I enjoy golf.
Yeah. But I mean, but like this type of event, it would be back burner.
Yeah,
back burner.
Definitely back burner.
And
I would probably even watch basketball first before.
Okay. Now this is a good one.
Oh, God.
Basketball or Tiger on a Sunday in a major in contention? What are you watching?
Oh, I'd watch Tiger.
Yeah, because it's Tiger.
Dude, come on, bro.
Man. I mean, what do you think, honestly? Is he coming back?
Honestly, I don't think so.
No,
dude. I'm sorry, bro, but I mean, of course, everyone loves the big comeback story, and he had it,
Yeah, he did.
But to come back twice, dude, from that car crash, I hear he's doing healthy. He's back home. He's rehabbing. He is doing well, I should say, in recovery. But I mean.
And do you think it's like the fact he is going to be recovered, he is going to play golf, but he just doesn't want to go out there and embarrass himself,
right?
Or just be like every event, like he's finishing like in last or, near the bottom. He's not making cuts.
You don't want to go out like that, man.
But don't you think, could you at least see that he'll just to see what happens, and obviously he'll practice and stuff, but if he just gets healthy enough, he'll give it a go at the Masters one more time?
Yeah, no, I absolutely think he will try. I mean, he's one of the best competitors ever, the guy loves to compete. He loves to win, but it's just a matter of how well he will do, how healthy his body will feel.
And speaking of golf, how excited are you to finally get out on the course with the Downtime group? I mean, we are.
Nothing's been confirmed yet.
I'm ready. It's on everyone
looks
else.
Like you're going right now, honestly, dude.
I have softball tonight. Otherwise, I would be going, at least for a quick 9.
Okay, softball. Come on, dude. How are you feeling tonight?
Dude, feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Had the doubleheader like 3 weeks ago because there's been rainouts. We were off for Memorial Day, but we did sweep the doubleheader, had some good swings. The only thing is, I feel like different trajectories, it messes with the swings a little bit because I swear to God, after my last softball game, went on the course.
Yeah,
couldn't
dude.
Do it. Couldn't do it for a little bit. Got it. Found it back, but it just took a little bit. But
have you home runs yet, dude?
No home runs.
Is there like a field with a fence, or is it just like
Cummings Park in Stanford? Fence, I want to say, is probably 320 down the left field line. Got pretty close a couple times.
Soft pitch or slow pitch?
Yes, slow pitch. Yeah,
whatever, dude.
So, hey,
cooler in the dugout.
Say that again.
Cooler in the dugout.
No. Can't be
Barnes
hammered
takes
on
it
a
seriously,
Thursday. Come on,
dude.
Tony.
Oh, come on.
This is in college, dude. All right. But what I was gonna get to with this golf, before we wrap up, I mean, are we gonna do, just between me and you, friendly wager, loser buys tickets to a Yankees Mets game?
Okay, I like that.
We're on.
I have a little bit of confidence in myself.
Yeah, and you've heard some of my scores. It's not like I'm shooting 75 every time.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So I like that.
I'm a mid to high 90s type of guy at my best. So I think you can compete with that.
The game is just you and me.
Yes.
Yeah. The Met game we go to.
Yeah, that's fine. No, oh my God! Could you just see with them? It's the third inning. Can we just go?
Just go.
We going out tonight,
Mike? I just want to go play Mario Kart, dude.
Or it's like Doggy says with the people at the game. The phones. They don't even watch the game. Oh man, looking forward to it. And what are we gonna say? No matter what, we're golfing in June. The date has to be in June. Whoever's in's in, but the three of us have said we're in.
We got 20 days, man.
So,
20 days.
Let's do it. And looking forward to it. Other than that, Tony, anything else in the world of sports on your mind?
Right now, dude, I got nothing, bro. I think we put it all out there.
Are you gonna like lay some hits at rugby practice tonight?
I practice. It's practice for the game. Games on Saturday. Go a little soft on Thursday.
You don't have anybody on the team. Not the biggest fan of. Might want him out of the lineup for the weekend.
I will not be headhunting at practice, Barnes. Okay.
Save that for Saturday.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah. Save it for Saturday. That's right. But as always, honestly, love you guys, the fans. Keep commenting, liking, subscribing. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Love you. Peace.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.
Bye now.
Probably would have been drinking.